Hello, welcome to this update for the Indian Ocean for cyclone Dikeledi. So let's see what's happening. It's close to northeastern Madagascar now. It's still an intense tropical storm, but it's projected to reach Category 1 before it makes landfall in northern Madagascar. Then the track, they have it curving through western Madagascar down back into the Indian Ocean and through the Mozambique Channel. So let's see here. There's the storm there. It's pretty organized. There's a lot of convection in the center, and the official track does have it there now. They do have a little bit stronger before it makes landfall, and then the Mozambique Channel strengthening again, but then shows weakening a little bit, so shows some 70 knots and then down to like 60 knots later. So there's some models here. They mainly show it diving down the Mozambique Channel and then going to the southern Indian Ocean again, but some of them still try to go towards Mozambique, and these are the GFS ones. There's this one as well, shows it going through northeastern Madagascar and diving down the Mozambique Channel. And the Canadian ones, the Canadian ones, they get closer to Mozambique, like not Mozambique, Madagascar, like makes landfall and remains through Madagascar, doesn't go that deep into the Mozambique Channel. So let's see what they show here. So for the GFS, where's the here? So they show it there. The GFS already has like 983 millibars, goes there, weakens a little bit, then it goes, and this run of the GFS goes into Mozambique and then goes back down again to the Mozambique Channel. And there's the European, shows it 995 there now, and this goes 990 before landfall, but the strength varies depending on the model, and then shows strengthening to 959 on the Mozambique Channel and diving down there, but it doesn't show making landfall. Now the Canadian has it there, goes through northern Madagascar, then it does strengthen there near southern Madagascar, and you see places so close to Madagascar, and maybe makes a second landfall in southwestern Madagascar. So we'll keep watching that. There's the icon too. It has the system there now, like 993 or something, then it goes, and then it doesn't have that strong there, just 996 on the Mozambique Channel, and goes down, does strengthen to 964 or something, tries to make a run for southwestern Madagascar, and dives down to the Indian Ocean. So the immediate concern is northern Madagascar there, where you make landfall for sure. Most likely it's a Category 1, but another area to watch, like southwestern Madagascar, it might pass very close, and everyone should watch, even the ones in Mozambique and everything, should watch this very closely. So be careful there. Now for there's so there was another model. Now the European track goes through here, gets to Category 2, and does show getting to Category 3 there in the southern Mozambique Channel. So we'll have to watch this very closely. But first, for the Wingas, the European does have there now some larger waves and Wingas, goes and does strengthen more before Madagascar. In some areas right on the coast there and throughout northern Madagascar, should get near 106 km per gust, 109, 107, 92, 93 km per gust. So please be careful, especially right at landfall, close to 111. So this goes and there. Wait, here, as it goes further in, it still shows 113 km per gust, 112, 113, 97, so stay safe, goes there to the Mozambique Channel, but leaves some high gust sent to Madagascar as well. But the cyclone itself, there, the Mozambique Channel shows it closer to Madagascar than Mayotte, but the Comoros might need to watch for some storms as it passes close. But this is not a Chido, don't worry. So it goes there, and does show strengthening a little bit, especially some spots of the coast in western Madagascar should watch closely. The 13th it goes there. There's a small island there, but I don't think anybody's there, so be aware. But you should watch in the coast of Mozambique and the coast of Madagascar for large swells and some waves, so be careful in the ocean, if on the beach, and it goes there. Then it does show strengthening a lot there. There's another island, hope and nobody's there. But on the coast of southwestern Madagascar, it does show some higher gusts too. If it passes close, if it makes landfall, it will be much worse. But if it passes close, like this scenario, already shows some higher gusts. But here, some spots there shows close to 97 km per gust. So stay safe. Goes there, shows it passing even closer to the coast. Some spots to like 112, 111. It goes there and like shows as some spots even further south to 126 km per gust, because this system might be very massive as it exits the Mozambique Channel. So stay safe there. Please be careful. Now there's the GFS, it has it there just north of Madagascar. It does pass a little bit further north, but shows the higher gusts for northern Madagascar. So stay safe those areas for northern Madagascar. And might be a lot of power outages with this wind plus the rain and everything. Some falling trees and even some storm surge. This is not a strong system, but there will be some more damaging waves. So be careful some spots, and especially with wind and flooding is the main threat. And so be careful. Goes there, shows the exit to the Mozambique Channel. Some islands there shows only to like 95 km per gusts. Goes a little bit breezier north central Madagascar because of this. Goes there, but the GFS has it passing through Mayotte as well, with the eye just south of it. But it's like a category 1 to tropical storm still. It's not like Chile, but it does show like some 79 to 8 km per gust. That might be dangerous for some, so be careful. Goes, and the European dive south, and the GFS goes towards Mozambique. Just passes by Mozambique, but then decides to go south again, but much weaker as it goes south. So the GFS is a different scenario, but you never know. But most of the models shows it just going south in the Mozambique Channel. So there's the icon goes there, and shows some inland areas as well, some haircuts, some spots on the coast. It goes and does show like some 100 km per gust, the immediate coast, or around starting at noon, and then it goes later around like in the early afternoon. Does show some high gust 117 on the 11th tomorrow. It goes, and here, so later the icon does show some high gusts inland as well. Some spots 110, other spots like 108. So stay safe. Goes there, and some spots for north the icons all like 125 km per gust. In some areas 103. So that's a possibility too. So stay safe. Those winds, be careful. It goes and like passes close to Madagascar there, with some high winds in central Madagascar too, because of the influence from this system. So it goes there and like goes through the Mozambique Channel, the 13th, the 14th. So shows there, and some sunspots of western Madagascar too. The icon even shows this strengthening a lot and passing dangerously close to the coast. So if this happens, so like 129 km per hour, 130. So this is a possibility too. We'll try to make more frequent videos about the system, but just in case, be aware in all of those areas and have a plan and be prepared. So it goes. The icon does show it making landfall close to like 218 km per hour, 215, but the eye still shows offshore there. Then it goes and shows still some very damaging gusts throughout southwest Madagascar until Wednesday the 15th. So please be careful. It goes there and exits. So let's see here. So be aware those areas. Now there's also this other high resolution model here that shows the system there. So sometimes these high resolution ones can exaggerate a little bit, but they usually do well on tropical cyclones. So let's see. This shows there, but this one shows strengthening like quite a lot, but then diminishing a little bit before landfall. But this model shows some gusts, so they show 154 km per hour tomorrow afternoon on the coast there, and shows further inland some 139, some 126, 123 km per hour. So be aware. This might go like both ways, but sometimes these high resolution models have some more precise data. So if I were you, I would prepare for this there, like some close to 150 km per hour, although the official forecast just said like 126 or something. So but you never know. You saw how fast Chido intensified. This is not the same situation, but you never know. So just be aware, be careful those winds, and after makes landfall, this model still has like 128 km per hour, 122 for the north, 112, 100 km per hour. So please stay safe. So it goes, and still after it exits shows like 109 sunspots northwest Madagascar, and those high gusts is so central Madagascar. So stay safe. Now does show windier, breezier conditions in the seas there, the Mauritius and some areas, but nothing crazy, just slightly breezier. So be careful in those areas. Now for rainfall. So this is the European. It does show just the next 12 hours. This is some 33 millimeters, some 60 millimeters, because by 12 hours you'll be close to landfall, but not quite yet. But I'm making this video from America, so it's much later there. So yeah, so shows also along the coast of Eastern Madagascar a little bit more rain, but the next day or so, like 1 day and 18 hours, this will have already made landfall. The European shows out like 172 millimeters, 216, sunspots like 258 millimeters, just in the next 1 day and 18 hours. So please stay safe, because this amount of rainfall in a short amount of time can cause a lot of flooding, especially like those rivers can have river flooding and overflowing, rivers, some urban flooding in those areas. So please be careful. And shows the northernmost tips on 146, 162, and this plus those strong winds might make a more dangerous situation. So stay safe. Just the next 1 day and 18 hours further south along eastern Madagascar, I show like 131 millimeters, 26 on areas, but mainly on the east coast, 125. So there might be some flooding there too with those storms, but please be careful in the north. So there, and now 5 days doesn't change much because the cyclone have already made landfall there, but still like 265, 146 increases a little bit in the inland areas for the thunderstorms next 5 days, but like 157, those areas of eastern Madagascar is like 194, 201 next 5 days. So please stay safe, and you can see the cyclone diving down through the Mozambique Channel and exiting there with more storms scattered around most of Madagascar next 5 days. So stay safe there. Now, just like next 1 day and 12 hours from the GFS, the other model, it passes further north than the European. So this is a possibility too. In all this northern quadrant of Madagascar, you should be very prepared with your preparations. Like, let's see a little bit more detail. So the danger zones, like this whole area here, you should be not of attention, especially this area here, the most prone area of landfall. It's a little bit hard to see here, but please stay safe those areas, because the GFS shows landfall in the north, the European around further south. So please just be aware those areas. But the GFS does have like some 201, 194 millimeters, those northernmost areas, 167, 212. So this could cause some major flooding too, because it will all fall in the next 1 day and 12 hours. So please be careful, stay away from flash flooding, be careful with landslides, especially if there's some hilly areas. Be careful with landslides, urban flooding, especially river flooding. So please stay safe. This plus the winds, so be careful. So there's also more than 100 meters sunspots further south, and the GFS does have like 139 in my yacht as well. The GFS, the only one doing that, because the icon, the European, are showing like further south, but the icon has like 319 millimeters, some areas 329. So the icon is more radical, like 306. I think it might go like the European or something that's in the middle, but this will also happen if the conditions favor it. So please be aware of 325 millimeters fall in the next 1 day and 12 hours. It could cause very, very major flooding. So please be aware and stay safe. Now for like some others 325, so please stay safe. Further south, sunspots on the east coast does show like 106 millimeters, and sunspots to 69. So stay safe in those areas. Some storms, and now 5 days it does increase more along those areas, order to 362. So please stay safe. But the icon makes a second landfall southwest Madagascar, like 251 millimeters, 249, 245. So this will cause a lot of flooding as well. So please stay safe in those areas. Now the GFS, the rest of Madagascar, because the GFS goes to Mozambique, but it does show like sunspots like 165 to like 200 in some areas of western Madagascar, more on the east. So be careful. At Mozambique, the GFS like 238 millimeters. So if this happens, please be careful there. But most indications just show the cyclone diving south through the Mozambique Channel. So please stay safe there. Now from this high resolution model, just the next 8 hours shows some rain there. Shows like specific storms, like 60 millimeters, some areas. Now starting now to 1 day and 12 hours. So it does show making landfall. Sunspots like 347, other 350, like 1 day. This is just 1 day and 0 hours, and after that is not loaded, but 350 millimeters just the next day. And this high resolution model is used in Europe a lot because it's from France, and it did well in Europe some months ago, some storms there. So I trust this one a lot. So please, even those inland areas like 361 millimeters. Please stay safe. Some major flooding will happen or could happen, so please be careful. This model shows like further south, not up like the GFS, so keep that in mind. It shows other areas further south like 209, 212 just in the next day, and like along the east coast as well, close or more than 100. So stay safe those storms, and it shows approaching Mayotte and some areas. So now for the rain, thunder shows makes landfall there. There will be this band of storms that come before it that will lift out that very heavy rain on the east coast. So please be careful, and be careful with water spouts and tornadoes that can come off those storms and other hazards. So it goes there, and it does show some storms in the Comoros, but the circulation will be near Madagascar. So please stay safe in those areas. Now let's see if I find something here that might be useful. So there's this site for the weather in Madagascar. The links in the description there, because I don't speak French yet and most people there do. So this is a very dangerous situation, and I want everybody to understand and stay safe. So please, if you don't understand English, check here for the warnings there and the information and everything. Most of it is in French here, so you can see the forecast for Friday. There's the warnings there, because the internet is kind of slow, but let's see if I can show the warnings here. It's very slow. Come on. Let's see. Or if I go to cyclone, it goes faster. Here, it might work now. It's almost there, because I want to show this, because this is important for many people that don't understand. So they show here the tropical cyclone warnings. You can see it in French here. They say about floods possible, and the wind gusts and everything. So please check this. It's all in French here on the description. They say red alert and the cyclone there, and it does show the warnings in the north there. And yeah, the actions you should take. So please check this and stay safe. And if you have questions, feel free to ask in the comments in any language, and I will help you. Can translate. So please stay safe. Now for like, not sure if there's any other models here. There's the Canadian, but it doesn't show like wind gusts here. Maybe here might show. I already showed you a lot of wind gusts, but it's good to show more. So now for just rainfall. So accumulated precipitation. So this is, I showed you the European everything. So now the Canadian model. It does show like northernmost areas that yellow is more than 250, near like 300. So the Canadian indicates like 300 and something millimeters just in the next day in 12 hours or something, and show like the coastal west Madagascar, this dives down close to 200 millimeters, and also on the east coast, because those storms more than 100 millimeters. Know that yellow is more than 200, and does show it approaching like the icon to southwest Madagascar, potentially more than 300 next 5 days. So please stay safe there. Now let's see if there's the Indian Ocean here, like for in Africa south here. Let's see if it works here. So the show, so now let's select a different model here. There you can see, let's see, there's wind gusts. Not sure there is, but it does show the 10-year wind, but this site takes too long to load, so not worth it. So please stay safe in that system, the wind, the flooding, and everything. Please stay safe. Now for some further outlooks, like this down samples from the European model next 240 hours. Those squiggly lines are like potential low pressure systems. So it does show Dikeledi. They're now in Madagascar. Some take it closer to Madagascar, but most of the European just on the middle of the Mozambique Channel, and some go closer to Mozambique, but generally closer to Madagascar. Then later after that, so this is already January 20th. By that time, it shows maybe some ensemble showing things near Mauritius in some areas, but not a lot of support on that because there are only some members showing that. Other ones shows stuff near Madagascar, but that's far out. There's not much support. There's a lot of support near northwestern Australia. Shows some like right on the northwestern coast. Others are further inland and near the Gulf of Carpentaria to show some, but mainly northwestern Australia is a place to watch in the next few weeks. And near Sri Lanka, some areas, there's like near too close to the equator, but it does show some members that are showing stuff, especially the Arabian Sea. A member too shows a tropical storm or a cyclone, but that's kind of far out. So stay safe. Now there's the same thing from the GFS. Does show Dikeledi there. Most members of the GFS go near Mozambique. Some are like the middle of the Mozambique Channel, but we'll keep watching that in case it decides to go closer to Mozambique. But the general consensus is closer to Madagascar. And that shows some members near northern Madagascar, just north of Mauritius, by the 20th, but closer to Madagascar than Mauritius. And then it does show those members near northwestern Australia, not as much as concentrated as the European, but does show a lot of support, and some on the Indian Ocean, all of this the Indian Ocean, the Bay of Bengal. I mean, so stay safe. Now for like, where are the models here? So let's see what the models say like further out, just to have an idea. But normally it's not good to look far out because tropical cyclone information changes almost like 3 times per day because the systems change a lot. But let's just see if the model shows something else. So there it goes, Dikeledi, and it does show a low pressure just north of Australia there on the 17th. It goes and kind of gets to a tropical storm in northern Australia. And then after that shows some other ones just south of Indonesia in the Indian Ocean. Goes and like, yeah, so we'll watch that. But now the European model shows Dikeledi there, and it goes, wait, here it goes, shows as some other disturbances localized, and the European gets, I never seen the European model do this, but it gets like a category 5 tropical cyclone off the west coast of Australia on the 22nd, and now it's the 10th, so there's almost like 12 days to this, and this information changes many times per day, so you should not trust this. This is like basically some illusions because this changes a lot, but just to give you an idea, then the European continues there, but luckily it doesn't make landfall. But this information still changed thousands of times, so it's not worth to stress about that. But the Canadian does show Dikeledi there. It does have a lot of rain, storms near northern Australia from the 15th to the 20th, and some low pressure there. The Canadian does develop on the 20th a tropical storm or even a cyclone just north of Australia, and another small one there too. So we should watch Australia closely, but nothing crazy as of now. So be aware. Now for some rainfall, some other areas. So around India and Sri Lanka, the European showing on the next 5 days a surge of moisture, especially near Sri Lanka, those areas, and southern India shows like 98 millimeters next 5 days, and Sri Lanka does show like some 230 millimeters, 224, 228, and it's just one round of the European. This information will also change, but it does show a lot of rain there, and if this happened, it could cause some flooding too. So just next 1 day and 7 hours shows 139, and then from Saturday to Monday shows less, from Monday to Tuesday shows some more, from Tuesday to Wednesday still shows rain, from Wednesday to Thursday doesn't show that much. So it shows the worst of the rain just in the next 2 days and 20 hours. So stay safe those areas. There's the GFS, shows also a lot of rain there, like 186, and just the next 3 days or something, this could cause flooding there. So please be careful. And show like 92 millimeters, some other areas, southern India, some spots like some 83. So stay safe in those areas, especially in Sri Lanka. And now for the excess, it does show a weird situation, like a lot of rain concentrated in the middle and more in the ocean, but let's see, it does show like 312 millimeters in the next 5 days, next 2 days in 23 hours just 97. So the excess shows most rain around 3 days or something. So please stay safe there, and shows on the coast more than 100 millimeters as well. Now the icon for 5 days, the icon doesn't show as much in it, just like 58 millimeters, but the icon is like on the west coast, the east coast, some 168, some 166 millimeters, and this could cause some problems too. So please be careful, since most models are agreeing on the heavy rain. This will most likely happen, a lot of heavy rain, so please stay safe. Now in the Maldives, some areas up to 99 millimeters, some spots to 64, 54, so stay safe too. This is 5 days, just 2 days shows 40 millimeters, but 4 millimeters is already some storm, so be aware. The European just 61 millimeters in Mali, and the GFS some 83 millimeters in Mali, so it varies depending on the model, but be careful, there's some storms there too, and stay safe. So let's see here, there's the European model again for Southeast Asia. So now in Malaysia, those areas does show a lot in the next 5 days as well, like 230 millimeters, some spots 237. So be careful there still, it's still like in a very wet pattern there, and could cause flooding. So these 5 days, just 2 days and 20 hours already show like 198, and 1 day and 14 hours 143. So please be careful there. And also Singapore show like 160 next 5 days. Be careful that heavy rain spots in central Sumatra, some 337, in the north some 135. So those sporadic tropical downpours, they are very sporadic and can appear anywhere at any time, but especially in the afternoon. So be aware. Shows like sunspots in Java too, especially western Java, central Java, those downpours. So stay safe there. But the highest risk of flooding is in southern and eastern Malaysia, into like Sumatra, Singapore, sunspots there. So stay safe. But now the GFS, it has less in Sumatra, but it does have those downpours. But the GFS next 5 days like 500 millimeters southern Malaysia. I think it's exaggerating a little bit. It might not be this much, but you never know. So please just be aware there, and it doesn't take 500 millimeters to cause flooding. If like 100 and something falls in a short amount of time, it can already cause some dangerous flooding. So be aware there, and no matter what the models show, just be aware of potential flooding. But I think 500 is too much, but you never know. But most models are indicating a lot of heavy rain there, and it will most likely happen. because most models are showing it. The axis and the icon are kind of weird because they show more rain in the ocean and less overland, and the European, the GFS, show like different, but the axis does show like 300 millimeters next 5 days, some spots of eastern Malaysia, and this will cause flooding, alright? So please stay safe, like 246, 257, and Singapore just showed 34 millimeters in Singapore. The European had 160, so can vary a lot. But the GFS like 194 in Singapore, all the way to like 252. So please stay safe. There's the icon shows more in the ocean again, but does show some minus 252, 146, and some areas there like near Kuala Lumpur, some areas to 204. So stay safe. But now 2 days 15 hours shows less, but there is some 100 millimeters. 1 day and 2 days and 15 hours, the GFS already has 500. So GFS is very crazy, but please just be careful there and stay safe. And also those storms like these tropical downpours, for example, this one can have some very gusty winds inside, so stay safe those winds. And as I record this, there already some very heavy rain near like southern Malaysia and Singapore, so it's already happening now. Please just stay safe and be careful. There is a rain. So yeah, and shows like central Indonesia to Malaysia, some spots 131 as well, some 88 next 5 days. So be careful. And even like 5 days and 0 hours, some 114, some spots Malaysia to 150. So stay safe there. So be careful in those areas. Just 2 days and 4 hours shows less, of course, because it was at 5 days before, and show like some 85, but 5 days already increases to 117 some spots. So be careful there, stay safe. And there's not that much to say because these downpours are very sporadic, but just be careful those storms. Stay tuned to your local weather forecast and be careful, and also with lightning and wind and everything. So stay safe. Some other spots of Indonesia and East Timor does show like next 5 days it shows a little bit better down there, like some 54 millimeters, some 69, some 89. So be careful there. But even like some 49 millimeters, if those 49 millimeters fall at a very strong downpour, it can be dangerous. So just be careful at any time. So shows some spots 104 in Sulawesi, but more in Java, those areas. So stay safe. And keep in mind, these are just global models. They show like more global. So if there were high resolution models here, they would show specific downpours. And sometimes, for example, in Northern Australia, there are those high resolution models that show like just the next day or so some specific spots to 59 millimeters, and the global model shows like 59 millimeters in 5 days in some areas. So these high resolution models are good for specific downpours. So just keep that in mind, that in some areas when those strong storms come, there might be more rain than it's showing here. But now further north in Palau, some areas, the European does have like 150 some spots in the ocean, but there in Palau like 120 to 117. So stay safe in those areas. This will fall over a 5-day period, but it might be too much for some. So stay safe. And now for like shows in Puros, some other spots further south, 200 millimeters too. So be careful there of the intertropical convergence zone. Just a lot of showers and storms passing by. Just 2 days and 16 hours shows 37 millimeters. and up to 3 days, and 22 hours 115, and up to 5 days 121. But what it's indicated here, between 2 and 3 days, shows like just in 1 day and 10 hours from the 13th to the 14th, shows already 74 millimeters, so indicating some heavy rain around that time frame. So stay safe. Those storms in the Philippines, the European still has those crazy spots like 234 millimeters, 251 there. And on recent weeks, the Philippines already has some very heavy rain, and it's still showing more some spots, others like 236, 249. So this is still a possibility. Stay safe. Show some lines there, others 451. It might be exaggerating a little bit, but you never know. So just stay safe. Like 400, 304 is, so be careful. And just 2 days and 19 hours already shows like 305. 1 day and 9 hours already shows 100. So be careful. And some other areas, Central Philippines 139, some spots like 140, 149, especially on the East Coast, those disturbances. But there might be downpours in most areas. Northeastern Philippines like 184, 218. So stay safe there. Now the GFS in those areas, the GFS just has 25 millimeters in Palau next 5 days, so it's a very different situation. The information changes in every model run, so keep that in mind. But it might go both ways, or the GFS or the European. I think the European is a little bit more correct, but the GFS could be right. So it shows like 25 millimeters, but even if this happens, you'll be better. But just be aware if the situation from the European occurred with more heavy storms. But some areas for further south, like 76 millimeters in Puro, 122. The GFS, like some crazy things there in the ocean. And it does have Malaysia, some areas, the GFS like 185 days. And it has less in some spots southern Indonesia, but it does have more too. So stay safe there. Central Guinea to Papua New Guinea has more, because the GFS, the intertropical convergence zone, the worst storms further south, and the European still further north. So let's see, there's the axis, also a little bit further south. The axis is also 25 millimeters in Palau. So 2 models against 1. So these 2 might be winning, but I still trust a lot the Europeans. So be aware there either way. So, but these islands further south, like Puro and those areas, should be more concerned for some heavier storms. The X like 175, 168, some areas there. So stay safe. Those storms sometimes this model might have some higher resolution, because it's the same one from Australia that has those ones of higher resolution. But the access, the general access, is more global than that. But for 5 days, it shows some more concerning stuff in Malaysia and Kalimantan, like 289, some spots 206. So the access has more there, like all the way to 192 just in the next 3 days and 5 hours. So this is a possibility because of those downpours. So stay safe. You never know. There's the icon too, shows 39 millimeters in Palau. So the icon's kind of in the middle, but shows a lot in Puro and those other islands, all the way to like 176. So stay safe in those passing storms there. And now for the model here, shows those showers and storms just passing by there, scattered those areas, and some days heavier those islands there. So stay safe. And now for like some areas further north, like Vietnam, the European still shows some spots in Vietnam to like 166 millimeters, like 152, 127, 175. So not 175, just 75. I messed up there, but like some 60 meters, some 60. So stay safe there with some more storms. They'll show a storm or two southern Cambodia and southern Vietnam, but be around the east coast of Vietnam, the islands, the South China Sea. Still be careful those islands. More than 100 meters next 5 days. So stay safe there. In Taiwan, some showers too, a storm or two, but nothing crazy. Some showers the southern islands of Japan, and more snow in Japan in some areas. So we'll try to make more winter weather videos there. But stay safe in those areas. There's the Canadian Model 2 that might be good to get another idea. So I don't know if they have Southeast Asia here or just like Indian Ocean. So where is it for some rain like accumulation? So just until the 15th, like 6 days or something, it shows more as in southern Malaysia, Sumatra and Singapore. Those areas in bright yellow, southern Malaysia, near like 350 millimeters, because those bright yellows like on the top there. So shows also western Sumatra close to 400, some spots next 5 days. So stay safe. Shows more downpours in the Philippines close to 200 and a spot or two, and more Malaysia close to 100. So be aware too, but nothing that crazy. But yeah, if you are in the middle of a crazy downpour, it is crazy. So stay safe. And now for some wind and stuff. Of course, there's wind inside those thunderstorms that is dangerous, so be careful there. But just general wind gusts outside the storms shows some more gusts in the South China Sea, so be aware. But some spots in Laos shows slightly gustier today, like Vietnam and Cambodia. And this goes there into Saturday, still some high gusts in the South China Sea, including that small island there, the European like 104 km per gust. So be aware. Tomorrow, Saturday, there'll be like almost Sunday there. Then it shows a slightly higher gusts, some spots in Cambodia, Thailand. It goes there and show like some 73, some spots to 73 km per gust near Laos, Thailand. So be aware. Sunday into Monday, still some gusts there, and then it kind of diminishes by Tuesday, the 14th, but still showing some high winds, especially between Taiwan and China, and those islands in between. Be aware. And some spots of Laos still. And even near Sri Lanka and India, slightly breezier, but nothing that crazy. The GFS is also slightly higher gusts there. Goes and like doesn't get as high as the European, does have like some 83 km per gust. It goes there, more gusts near like between Thailand and the Philippines and some other spots. So stay safe. The icon too, the icon has like 93 to 92, other to 102, some areas there. So yeah, be aware, but nothing that crazy. So stay safe. Now for shows some scared fog possible in the morning, spots of northern India, Southeast Asia. Normally show this the winter weather video, but let's show it now as well. So beware northern India, some places in the morning, and even to Pakistan. Shows Saturday less across like Southeast and most Asia, but now like Saturday the icon is not European. The icon shows some Indonesia too, the early morning, but yeah, be aware and stay safe. Please be careful that cyclone and warn others.